Hi everyone, myself Anne Elizabeth Thomas. Today in this video we are going to learn about list, tuple and dictionary used in Python. So Python list. In Python, lists are used to store multiple data at once. So Python is an ordered, changeable and heterogeneous collection of elements. In list, the data elements are enclosed within square brackets. So in list, we could use different types of data types, including numbers, strings, booleans, or even other lists. So here in this example, my list equal to 1, 2, 3, hello, true. So in this list, there are three types of data types: integers, strings, and boolean data types. So key characteristics of list. So the main characteristics of list are they are ordered, changeable or mutable, heterogeneous and iterable. Ordered means the position of an item in a list is determined by its index. It starts from 0 to the last n minus 1 number of elements in the list. Lists are mutable because we can change or add or even remove the elements from the existing list. Heterogeneous. List can contain different data types. Uh, for example, with the example which we saw earlier, then key characteristics of list includes iterable. So you can loop through the items in list using loops or list comprehensions, making it easy to perform operations on each item. We could even search an element inside the list using iterable characteristic. To check the number of items in a list, we use the length function. So in the given example, when we print length of my list, we get the output as 5 because there are 5 number of elements in the list. Type function. Type function is used to define the type of the object of the data type, that is whether it is a list or a dictionary or tuple, string, etc. So in the given example, when we print the type of my list, the output will be displayed as follows: class list, because my list is a the data type of my list is list, and so the type will be displayed as list. The list constructor. So for creating a new list, we can use the list constructor. So for in the given example, it is very clear that my list, we create a list, my list, using the list constructor, and inside the bracket we give the elements which we want to include in the list, and so we print out the list and the output is displayed as a list. So we can access elements in a list. So lists are ordered and each item in a list is associated with its number, and the number is known as the list index. So in the list, they follow, not in the list, even in the tuple and dictionary, we follows zero indexing, which means that when there are n number of elements, the index starts from 0 to n minus 1 number of elements. So in the given example, print my list of 0 gives Python, because Python is in the 0th index, C++ in this the first index, and Java is in the second index. So we print out my list of 0 is Python, my list of 2 is Java. If we print my list of 3, then there will cause type error because there is no elements in the index 3. Then we could use even negative indexing. So Python allows negative indexing for its sequences. The index -1 refers to the last item, -2 to the second last item, and so on. And in the given example, it's very clear how we describe. Java have the index -1, C++ of -2, -3 is Python. Then slicing of a list. In Python, it is possible to access a portion of a list using the slicing operator colon. So, from particular index to the particular index, we could display the elements inside a list, printing out using a list. Then in a list, we could add elements. Lists are mutable and meaning we can add and remove elements from a list. Python list provides different methods to add items to a list. There are different methods. We use append method, insert method, extend method, etc. We currently is learning about append method. This append method you adds an item at the end of the list. So, for example, my list 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is a list created, and we append number 6 to the list, and when we print out the list, the output comes as 1, 2, 3, 4, and 6 is also added to the end of the list. In this way, we could add elements to the list. Removing item from the list. Using del statement and using remove statement, we could remove an item from the list. In Python, we use the del statement to remove one or more items from a list. Del space my list of 2. We in the bracket, in the square brackets, we give the index so that in element from that index of the list is removed from the list. Del my list of 2 from index 2, from the list index 2 element is deleted, that is 3, and so we get the result 1, 2 and hello. Using remove method, we can use the remove method to delete a list item. My list, we give the same example. We use my list dot remove of hello. We remove hello. By removing, we in the brackets we specify the element, and by using the del statement in the bracket we specify the index of the data element so that it gets removed. To check if an element exists in a list, we use the in keyword. So in the given list, print C in my list, where we get the result as a boolean result, whether it is true or a false. So print C in my list. Then the compiler checks if the C is present in the list. C is not present in the list, so it gives the output as false. Python in list, Python is present in the list, and so in the result is displayed as true. So this is the way we check an element existing in a list. We use the in keyword, membership operator. Next, we are going to learn about Python tuple. So tuple is a built-in data structure that represents an ordered collection of elements. A tuple in Python is similar to a list. The difference between the two is that we cannot change the elements of tuple once it is assigned, whereas we can change the elements of a list. So Python is an immutable data type in which we cannot change the elements once it is created. We cannot add elements. Once it is created, it is created. It is enclosed within the parenthesis. A tuple can have any number of items and they may be of different types: integer, float, list, strings, etc. So creating a tuple, we can create using, there are different types of, different ways to create a tuple. We can create empty tuple by just giving the parenthesis and the tuple is printed. Tuple having only integers. Okay, we give this second example, 1, 2, 3, 4, only integers. We print the tuple. Tuple with the mixed data types. In my tuple 1, hello 3.4, there are three types of data types: integer, string, and float. And we print out the same tuple is printed in the output. Nested tuple, inside we can nest a tuple, that is inside a tuple we can include another tuple, list, etc. We could print it accordingly. To access Python tuple elements. So like a list, each element in a tuple is represented by the index numbers 0, 1, etc. where the first element is at index 0. We use the index numbers to access tuple elements. We use the index operator, square brackets, to access an item in a tuple where the index starts from 0. So in the given my tuple, We print my tuple of 0, we access the element from 0, so it is 1. Print my tuple 3, we access the element from 3, that is 0, 1, 2, 3. 3 is in third index, the element is C. Similarly, in a list, we can also access tuple elements using indexing, negative indexing, and slicing. So negative indexing allows Python allows negative indexing for its sequences. The index of -1 refers to the last item, -2 refers to the second last item, and so on. So in the given example, it is clearly describes about how the negative indexing occurs. Slicing is that a range of items can be printed, accessed using the slicing operator colon. So in the given tuple, when we print items from index 2 to 4, from index 2, that is P, to 4, that is P and C, is printed inside the tuple. The output comes as a tuple. So, since we cannot add items or remove items from a tuple, there are certain tuple methods which we follow. The only two methods are available, and they are count method and index method. It explains in the following example. In the following tuple, we have a tuple APPLE, and when we print my tuple dot count of P, we count method explain shows the first count of the element accessed from the tuple. So for counting, we count 1 2 3 4 element from first to the last. So A is the first count, P is the second count, P is also third count, and there's a confusion. So no need of confusion. When we count, the first count of the element is printed, and so count of P gives 2, because the second element is the P. And print my tuple dot index of L. In index method prints the data element from the index of the element. So index of L is uh, 3, and so the output is printed as 3. And these two are the only tuple methods which is used, since we could not add items or remove items. To check an item, if it exists in a tuple, we use the in keyword, as same as in the list. We use the in keyword, we use the membership operator. Tuple, for checking an item existing in a tuple, is similar to the checking of item existing in a list. And so the same example is given. So advantages of tuple over list in Python. So since tuple are quite similar to list, both of them are used in similar situations. But however, there are certain advantages for implementing a tuple over a list. We generally use tuples for different data types and list for homogeneous data types. Since tuples are immutable, iterating through a tuple is faster than with a list. So there is a slight performance boost. Tuples that contain immutable elements can be used as a key for a dictionary. With lists, this is not possible. If you have data that does not change, implementing it as tuple will guarantee that it remains write protected. So even lists also have advantages over tuple. That is, we could add and remove elements from a list if it is inappropriate, but this is not possible with a tuple. So next we are going to moving on into the next topic, Python dictionary. So Python dictionary is a built-in data structure that stores a collection of key value pairs. It is also sometimes referred to as a dict. In a dictionary, each key is unique and maps to a specific value. This allows for efficient retrieval of values based on the associated keys. We create a dictionary by placing key colon value pairs inside curly braces separated by commas. So in the given example shows how a dictionary looks like. My dict, in the curly brackets we give 1 colon hello, 2 colon r, comma 3 colon u. 1, 2 and 3 are the key values and hello, r, u are the values, and so 1 hello are the key value pairs, 2 r and 3 u are the key value pairs inside the curly brackets separated by commas, and this is how we create a dictionary. So accessing dictionary items, we can access the value of a dictionary item by placing the key inside the square brackets. So given a dictionary, when we print my dict square bracket of inside the square bracket, we should place the key value so that we could print the key so that we could print the value of the key. So print my dict of 1 prints hello. Print my dict of 3 gives the output as u, because the value of 3 is u, value of 1 is hello, and value of 2 is r. We can also use the get method to access dictionary items. So similarly, by using square brackets, we can also use get method. My dict dot get of, inside the brackets we give the key value so that we could get print out the value of the key. To change dictionary items, Python dictionaries are mutable and we can change the value of a dictionary elements by referring to its key. So in this, for example, my dict US Washington, Italy Naples, England London. So we want to change Italy colon Naples to Italy colon Rome. So we want to change Naples, and so we are changing. I mean, we use my dict square brackets Italy equal to the value which you want to change. Keys can never be changed, they are immutable, but values can be changed. So my dict square bracket Italy equal to Naples is changed to Rome, and when we print the dict, the dictionary is print, and so the change occurs where Naples is changed to Rome, and this is how we change items in a dictionary. To add items to a dictionary, we can add an item to the dictionary by assigning a value to a new key that does not exist in the dictionary. So, US, Italy, and England are the keys which already exist in the dictionary, and so we use another key, Germany, and we assign a value, Berlin, and this key value pair is added to the end of the dictionary, and when we print, this is how the dictionary occurs, prints. Remove dictionary items. So we use del statement to remove an element from the dictionary. So to delete some elements from a dictionary, we use the del statement, and del my dict of square bracket, in the square bracket we give the key, so that when we print, the key and its value, key value and the key and its value pair are removed from the dictionary, and the remaining are printed as the output. But if you want to remove all items from the dictionary at once, we could use the clear method. So if you want to delete completely, or if you want to remove all the items from a dictionary, we could just use the clear method. My dict dot clear method, and print my dict. We get a empty dictionary only in the curly braces. To check if an item exists in dictionary, we use the in operator as the membership operator. Same to the list and tuple. But in the print we use US in my dict. They check if the US key is present in my dict. Then yes, true. Print Washington in my dict. Washington is present in the dict, but it is not a key, it is a value. We use the key to check whether if an item is existing in a dictionary. So print Washington in my dictionary, Washington is not a key, and so it does not exist, and so the output displayed is as false. So hope you understood what are the topics taught. Thank you.